I went for that pap smear, but the results were disappointing. That is when I was told I had developed cervical cancer stage 2A. It was not easy at all. I wished the worst would happen. I could not imagine that.
Oh, sorry.
I could ever go through such. After I left his place, that was in 2019.
With a newborn baby.
With a newborn baby.
Also sick.
And to make even the situation more complicated, by the time I was leaving that place, I was expectant again and I didn't know.
Wow.
So when I got to a gestation of 5 months, I realized hakuna movement za watoto. I went back to hospital. The doctor told me we should do a scan. We performed a scan. Only to realize that the babies had already died.
Hey guys, welcome to NewsunplugKE. My name is Banis Mbiai and thank you so much for tuning in today. Now, some situations in life can break you into pieces, but it's up to you to figure it out. Well, our guest today, she's a strong woman, she's a superwoman, and I can't wait for you to hear her story. Karibuni sana. Hey my dear.
Hi.
Sasa.
Mzuri sana.
Uko aje?
I'm keeping strong.
Wow.
Yeah.
So tutaanza by you introducing yourself. Tuambie more about you.
Okay. My name is Caroline Gathoni Wanjiru. I'm 29 years old. I was born and raised at Rimuru.
Okay.
Yeah.
So unaweza tuambia growing up ilikuwa aje? How was it?
Well, growing up, I was not born with any medical condition. My health has deteriorated after I got married.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was raised by my grandmother. My mom was far away kidogo, but she still used to come.
You are the only kid?
I'm the only child to my mom. I do not have siblings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like growing up with your grandmother, like ulimaliza shule, ulisoma hadi college ama
yes. Niliweza kusoma mpaka college. Yeah.
Yeah, but tell us sasa about you getting sick.
After I got married, I gave birth to my firstborn child, Brayson. He's now 9 years old. It was not easy, even during that first pregnancy. I was in the wards on and off.
Well, pregnant?
Yeah.
Okay.
But when I used to go to hospital, everything was my vitals were not okay. So it went to a point I delivered my son at a premature age. So later, when my son was 3 years old, I conceived again. And when my pregnancy got to at around 5 months, my amniotic fluid started draining. And that is when I went to a gynecologist, and he told me that for my pregnancies, I will always have to go for a McDonald's stitch. to avoid missed abortions or miscarriages. Yeah.
Yeah, so like after giving birth to the first kid, like hiyo period ulikuwa
I was okay.
you were okay?
Yeah.
Haukuwa na any shida ama anything?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sasa second pregnancy then mashida tena zikakuja. Alafu
so my second born child did not make it.
Oh, sorry.
It was not easy for me because, as you know, it is the joy of every mother to raise their children, and it's too painful when you're burying your own child. So I went through counseling, and I decided to accept my condition and to let go and accept that the baby was gone.
So you gave birth, then he died or she died?
Yeah, but he was still premature.
Okay.
So after that child, I have lost a lot of so many other children. I don't wish to really talk about it, but I have lost 9 children. Something that haunts me up to date. So coming to 2018, I gave birth to my small girl, Mercy Megan. She's now 4 years. 4 years and some months. Before then, I used to have a lot of discharge. Went through antibiotics until it got to a point. It started with candidiasis. Went to pelvic inflammatory disease, that is PID. I was treated. But the problem came in, like most of the times when I used to go to hospital, the doctors would advise me to go with my partner, but he never availed himself. So as I was treated, after some time, the infection comes back. So that pregnancy of my daughter, it was another terrible episode in my life. I really struggled. The many times I almost lost that baby.
And was your husband there, like all through the journey?
Yeah, by then I was married.
Okay.
So after I gave birth to this baby, I took a lot of time in hospital because she was in the nursery. The doctor who took me in for the surgery, I delivered through CS. He's the one who noticed there's a problem in my system. So they couldn't have done anything before they tell me. So they decided to just work on the baby. Then after some time, they called me, gave me some counseling, and I was told there's need for me to do a pap smear. So I went for that pap smear, but the results were disappointing. That is when I was told I had developed cervical cancer stage 2A.
Wow. So like in that period of them telling you have cancer, how was it for you finding out like you have cancer and you just gave birth? How was that period for you?
It was not easy at all. I wished the worst would happen. I could not imagine that.
Oh, sorry.
I could ever go through such because there was nobody else who had gone through that in my family, so that I was on denial. I stayed in denial for a very long period of time. And that denial has still cost me a lot.
So the process?
The process was, the doctor, after I was given those results, I was at Nazareth Hospital. So the doctor referred me to Kenyatta since Nazareth, they do not have those facilities to treat cancer. I was given a referral letter in the process of, as we were discharged. And during CS, I took a short period of time. I nursed the wound and also taking care of the baby. But since then, that is when my marriage ikakuwa unbearable. The man changed. He became more violent to an extent of sending us away with my children.
He kicked you out of the house?
Yeah.
Seriously?
So after I left his place, that was in 2019.
With a newborn baby?
With a newborn baby.
You were also sick.
And to make even the situation more complicated, by the time I was leaving that place, I was expectant again and I didn't know.
Wow.
So when I came to Rongai, I was expectant. You see, when after a short period of time, I went to Kenyatta and I started my medication. But starting that medication, the moment the doctors realize you're pregnant, you're given an option. You either terminate, or you just go and
continue having the child.
You can continue carrying the baby. And both sides ziko na risk yake, unaona. So me, due to the losses zenye nilikuwa nimepata, I decided to keep the babies. So nika stop chemo. My friend Mercy helped me to come over here. She hosted us for 2 weeks at her place. Then she assisted me with some money. Me nikamwambia I want to come at Rongai and start a new life. And that is how I came to Rongai. I started with a single room. They're opposite Nairobi Women's. I was so unwell. Mercy took my small baby and they were taking care of her. I was left with Prison Joe to manage kumtafutia shule at least aendelee kusoma. So when I got to a gestation of 5 months, I realized hakuna movement za watoto. I went back to hospital. The doctor told me we should do a scan. We performed a scan. Only to realize that the babies had already died. So I was taken in since single push.
So they just had to remove me.
Yeah. So that is how it was. So later on, I went back for my medication to continue with my medication. Nikaekwa chemo kadhaa. Then a certain time nikaanza kupata chest pains. When ikakuwa ninatreatwa for pneumonia. But no matter how much I take those medicines, hakuna vile like health yangu ilikuwa ina change. Ningesimama and something will just pull me down, nirudi tu chini. So ikakuwa hard sana kwangu. One of the doctors venye alipitia file yangu akasema I should see a cardiologist. That is when I went. I was sent for an echo. hiyo echo likatoka na mambo zingine pia. I was told I have a small hole on the left side of the pulmonary artery. So they had to like dig deeper wajue what could be the cause of this hole. That is when they realized my blood levels were just going down. They were just going down.
Was it caused by stress?
Not really, in as much as peer stress ilikuwa imechangia. But we later found, like we did more examinations. The doctor told me we need to dig deeper to know why I'm losing a lot of blood, and why no matter how much we tunajaribu kufanya transfusion, my body is not able to retain the blood. So that is when I was sent for another test, another painful test, which later confirmed that I had developed leukemia. So I've been fighting with cervical cancer and leukemia. So since then, ikakuwa the life yangu, it's all about transfusion. Kutafuta damu, kuwekwa up to date. It got to a point I was sent for palliative care. Currently, that is what we are doing, because siwezi fanyiwa chemo kama sina damu ya kutosha. No matter how much we try to do these transfusions, hairudi juu. Like tukianza kufanya transfusion, nitaka that day, the following day I start bleeding. Meaning, kama bleeding ilikuwa imeisha, imestop, ilikuwa imestop juu hakuna damu. Ikiekwa inaanza kutoka. So that process became so hard for me. Nilikuwa nimedungwa sana hizi mikono, miguu, tukijaribu kuweka granula. But the doctors decided to help me, at least. That is why niko na this thing. This is a central line. I use this. Kila tube iko na kazi yake. Ndio tunaekea madawa. This one is for transfusion. Na hii, just in case I'm not able to eat. There are times like saizi kama umenote ninakauka sana. There are times I'm not able to eat completely. So what we do, niko na ensure supplement. We buy one can at 1,200. Tuna dilute, tunaeka na syringe, inani sustain. But there are still times hata mwili ukata hiyo ensure, so I just stay without eating because natapika tu sana. So it has not been easy. After venye tumekuwa na uchaguzi, I had gone to Kahawa West. After vile tulirudi, I noticed there was something that was not adding up in me. Uchovu imekuwa mingi. Sometimes I'm not even able to push to pass the urine. Inakuwa hard sana. I went back to hospital, and that is when tena realize I'm having a problem with my kidney. So
let's just take a small break.
It's alright.
Let us just take a small break. Then tutarudi.
It's alright.
Yeah, so we are going to take a small break. Please don't go away. We'll be back shortly. Yes, viewer, welcome back once again, and thank you so much for tuning in today. Remember, this is my story, and you have tuned into NewsunplugKE. Karibuni tena. Yeah, so tunaweza endelea, maybe tuambie unaweza taka usaidiwe aje na anyone mwenye touched by your story.
All right. As I had mentioned to you earlier, my health is kind of deteriorating each and every day. If only you can check on my legs. I'm swearing because of the kidneys. Now you see, I cannot even go for that dialysis because of my blood levels. Now, currently we are doing palliative care. I chose to do home palliative care because of my small children. So that even if I'm not able to do something for them, they can still see me and I can still see them. Currently, my life is too expensive. It is too expensive. I use diapers because the breathing is too heavy. I use the Ensure supplement. I'm back to oxygen. The painkiller that I use, I buy it at 2,000, and currently I'm not able to kumeza tablets, so ni sindano peke yake. You've seen how like I'm taking something small inatoka tu, so unapata hata ya kumeza tablets inakuwa ngumu kwangu. So after like 3 days I have to have another 2,000 to buy the Pevidine injection. Kama ni oxygen, mtungi pia ninatumia
Like for how long?
only 3 days inaisha. We need to refill after 3 days.
Jeez.
And kurefill hii ni 3,000. And I usually send a rider all the way to Mama Rusi because that is the place tunaweza pata. So you see, lazima nikuwe na hiyo pesa ya kulipa rider. I'm the mother and the father to these children. Despite being on this bed, they believe I am the only one who can provide for them. Kuna rent, kuna daktari juu lazima nikae na daktari kila wakati. Because sometimes I usually shut, like pain ikikuwa juu sana na shut tu. So I need that. I need a medic kila time, so hiyo ni au ni watu wawili ninafaa kulipa. The house girl and the daktari. I'm humbly requesting to all well-wishers out there, anything that, any amount unaweza kuwa nayo, if you can donate diapers for me. Na pia ninataka blood donors. Niwe kwa damu after 2 days. And wenye wananitolea atanidonetia tu damu, but cost ya kufanya cross match na nini ni yangu. So unapata I'm drained. Saa zingine I just decide to like put some things aside despite how important they are. Currently, I cannot even walk for a long distance. So hata hiyo kuwako napata it's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky. I don't sleep at night. Most of the times I'm in pain. So unapata maybe asubuhi that is when nitajaribu kulala kidogo, but unaona kukiwa tu mchana hivi. So I'm also fighting with insomnia. And si poa because imenipitisha vitu mingi sana. Unapata inakaa ni kama hiyo fatigue, inakaa ni kama ugonjwa ingine. And everyone over here in the house, they will prefer to nikae on. Because like for example, when I chat, I can take some hours before kuamka. So unapata hata ile kuishi tunaishi hapa hivi, kila mtu ananitreat na kwa so delicate because kama ni hizi milango, they cannot bang the doors. They are always careful because kitu kidogo ita mess. Yeah.
Wow. But just jua like everything itakuwa sawa. Na just Mungu aikangi mtu kwa situation yenye haizi handle. God know the reason why ameka kwa hii situation.
Yeah.
What I'll tell you, just don't give up. No matter how you feel like you just know that you are still here.
Yeah.
Now you have people who love you, people who pray for you. Just keep on fighting. Na kila kitu itakuwa sawa.
Yeah.
And also viewers out there, umesikiza from her herself. Like, hadi sijui niseme nini, but you guys just using it kama nini, and let's help her, let's support her, even through your prayers. Mweke kwa maombi zenu, na if you have anything there at all, just unaweza maybe upatie your number, M-Pesa number, and someone anaweza kusaidia nayo.
My number is 0721 501 520.
Yeah. So, as you guys have heard, that's her M-Pesa number. Ukiwa na anything at all, no matter how small it is, just try help her apate kununua oxygen, painkillers and everything. And I know that kitu na hapenianga mtu, just ni Mungu ndio ana-allow for something to happen to someone. Na maybe you also out there mwenye na watch story kwa her situation, just don't give up and just know that kila kitu nakuanga na mwisho and God will just come through. As I've said, unaweza mtafuta kwa her number, even just a call, just to say hi, even to just encourage her with her advice. You can do it and she'll appreciate a lot. I was your host, Banis Mbiai. See you next time. Thank you.